character. What defines that? Is it something that we're born with and that's predetermined? Or is it something that we develop through our relationships with loved ones and other people we encounter? On today's episode of Haunted By, I talk with two friends of mine about the hardships growing up, but mainly about the relationships with their fathers. Also, we throw in some paranormal stuff for all you ghosty lovers out there. Stay tuned. Before we get started though, this episode of Haunted By is brought to you by Ace Party Rentals for all your tables, chairs, and tent needs. Call Ace Party Rentals at 915-588-8372. Well, thank you so much for coming on, guys. I appreciate y'all. You guys know the concept. It's anything that really haunts you, anything that you want to let go, anything you carry with you. It doesn't have to be literal hauntings. It could be metaphoric hauntings. It doesn't have to be negative either. It could be something beautiful, something that you saw, that something was hauntingly beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. A piece of music that moved you, a film that changed your life, anything like that. That's awesome. That's what we talk about here on Haunted By.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate the diversity and options there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And so we have Mr. Matt Montana here.
I'm here. Hello. How's it going?
And Miss, I just put you guys as the Montanas. I put Miss
Miss Montana over here. Diana Dieguez Enriquez. Yeah.
I was gonna let you say that. I remember from last time.
Yeah.
But you guys are good friends. You came on to the Bro Monroe Show. We appreciate you. Mm-hmm, now this is our sister podcast. So take it away, guys. What do you guys feel like talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, in terms of haunting, there's unfortunately too many things that haunt me. But a couple of them, I guess they're more in the human side of things where, more trauma related. It all goes back to the parents, doesn't it? Those damn stupid fools. Yeah, no, growing up, I had a pretty nice childhood, I would say. Very loving mom, very loving dad. But then I started entering my teen years, and for whatever reason, my dad just turned out to be a dummy, very immature, and I would even say a narcissist. But maybe the case is not that like he changed. It's more like I just grew up and realized his true colors, So yeah, he just he had a really short temper. So he would get angry and take things personal. And there was one time that I got to my house late, like it was already morning, it was like 3 a.m. and they were asking me, my parents, like where I was, why wasn't I answering my phone. I told them my phone had died, which it always does. Matthew is my witness. I never charge my phone. And then in terms of where I was, well, I didn't really want to talk about it with them because something like a little bit complicated happened. And so I kind of just wanted to go to bed, kind of forget the nights. But of course, my dad, he took it personally. And he basically started yelling at me, telling me that I'm selfish for not telling them where I was. And so I kind of went to I went to the bathroom to try to get away from the whole yelling stuff. And he followed me, of course. And then he grabbed my phone and snapped it in half. Like, I couldn't even believe. It was kind of impressive, not gonna lie. Like you snapped my phone in half.
What kind of a phone was it?
It was already like one of those touch ones, but like the thick ones. Nothing like the iPhone.
Like Like an LG or like a Samsung or something.
What was it? It was an LG.
An LG. Okay, I remember
Yes.
those.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he snapped it in half. That was impressive, but stupid.
Do you have siblings?
I do. I have one brother.
One brother?
He's my twin brother, actually.
Oh, really? So you guys are twins?
Yes. Yeah. I'm the oldest by about 30 minutes. But yeah, he basically I was born with a friend, right? Like as soon as we were born. So we are close in terms of like understanding each other. But because I think the gender difference, we're not like super close vocally. It's more like unsaid. We could really understand each other. Um, yeah. So when that happened, actually, it happened right next to my brother's room, but my brother was asleep. I'm sure he probably was awake and like hearing what was happening. Later on, I found out that yeah, he did hear everything and was just very surprised that like that happened out of nowhere. But he's also very aware of the fact of my dad's short temper and everything. So we kind of later on bonded a little bit about, I guess, how dumb of a dad we have.
They call it trauma bonding, right?
Yeah, I guess it's that trauma bonding. The only thing is that he's more forgiving, but not necessarily because he forgives. It's more like because he wants to forget. So he just doesn't put as much emphasis on like thinking much about how he feels about the situation. He kind of just like, okay, I'm just gonna put it in the past and carry on. Whereas with me, I'm like holding it forever and just like if my dad's gonna be a decent person, he has to show it, sort of thing. Um, but anyways, yeah, that night was crazy. I I feel like I changed in terms of my mentality about the world. Um, Previous to that, I thought I was in a good home with understanding parents. But after that night, I saw the reality of who my dad is and how he is and how immature he can be. My mom, she also kind of sided with my dad, saying that it was my fault and that um, basically it was my fault that my dad got that upset. Um, and like I see what they mean. I understand. Like I could see why they would be bothered by the fact that their daughter isn't letting them know where she went. But I think looking back, especially now with all the like parenting resources, at that age, if your teen daughter doesn't want to tell you what happened, it's because something bad happened. Um, and so the route to take after that is not to get upset and like karate chop the phone. it's it's giving them their space and letting them know that when they're ready to talk, they could talk to you. So even though it haunts me and it's traumatic and it's the worst, one of the worst things that has happened to me, at least growing up, I did learn that. I did learn that when I have a daughter, or a son, any sort of, even even if even if we don't have kids, if I ever mentor, someone, a younger person, that if they don't want to tell me something, it's not a personal attack. It's not an insult. It's not even them not trusting me. It's they just need time. And so I need to give them that space, remind them that I care about them, that I'm here whenever they're ready. And eventually they will open up. It might take a long time. It might not. But that's the approach to take. And so, I mean, I'm someone that says that like I would never thank someone to like a lot of people are like, oh, thanks to him I learned this, or thanks to this horrible thing I learned that. I would never say that, because it's not thanks to the horrible situation or thanks to the person that harmed you. It's thanks to you. It's thanks to you for first of all surviving this horrible thing, um, and second, reflecting on it, understanding what actually happened, what led to that happening and growing from that. So it's all the power to the person that went through it, never to the, I guess, the perpetrator.
I think it's a really good outlook to look at it because, like you said, thanks to you, you got past this, right? You surpassed the trauma or the traumatic event, and because of that, you learned to be stronger. You learned how to deal with it in the future, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that ability, I guess, that virtue, right, to be able to move past it. Some folks kind of dwell on it, but it seems like you update, like you mentioned it, that was the point where it kind of shattered your view of the world, right?
Yes, exactly.
And especially during adolescence, it could be very traumatic.
Oh,
Man.
goodness.
Very traumatic.
It for sure did transform everything. And I still obviously think about it. It does affect me, but now I use it more as an experience to inform who to trust, how to trust, and not so much on like, I don't break down crying or anything, or it's more like I feel like I'm able to live a little bit smarter from having really that experience through. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. That's really good. I mean, it's good that you were able to overcome it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I appreciate that. Previous to coming in today, I shared a screenshot of my dad's Facebook profile picture with Matthew. And it's not the first time that happens. Reason for that is because my dad's he's I guess a boomer, whatever. So you know how it goes with Facebook. Like some of the profile pictures are hilarious.
You want to describe it?
Well, okay. So the first one that I sent him was him like holding one of our little puppies. It's a really cute picture, but like my dad didn't really interact with my dog that much. Like if you were to see the picture, you'd think like, oh man, that man loves that dog. They've been through it. They go out on a walk every day. Nope. He only like held him for like a minute, and then that's about it. And now it's his profile picture.
He just did it for the gram, but the Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. I read the Facebook comments on it too. And people were like being like, oh, what a precious dog. And oh, you look happy. Oh, wonderful. Like a bunch of like complimentary comments. And then his responses were like, yeah, like this is what a dog creates in you, like a feeling of happiness. And he's right, but like
it doesn't pertain to him. Like,
yeah.
That's really interesting. I can just imagine. Like, I don't know what your dad looks like or anything. I have a picture of this old like Mexican dude with like a mustache.
Yeah.
And just like,
oh my God, yeah.
just like typing away.
Like, oh yeah. And then with the glasses too, because he's on the older side, of course.
I am a good dog, Grandpa. I am. Like,
yeah.
That's exactly what I pictured.
Yeah, and then he actually maybe he realized later because that profile picture just lasted like 2 days. His new profile picture, which I also sent to Matthew, of course, is it's like a selfie mirror. And you'd figure like his phone would be like, he would be posing and on the mirror you could see him holding his phone. No, it's one of those digital cameras.
Oh, yeah.
One of those old ones. And he's there just posing, doing like a weird like side smirk. Like I think he thinks he looks like sexy, or I don't even know. With that digital camera just right there next to his face, and that's his profile picture at the moment. If there's any updates, I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do. I think he thinks it's circa 2005 and he's on MySpace.
Yes. And I remember that digital camera. That was like from a long time ago. So I'm just surprised that he decided to choose that as his profile picture now.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I own a digital camera anymore, man. Like,
they're coming back in style now.
Are they really?
Yeah, I see them like at concerts and even at bars. Like people are bringing them out to take selfies and stuff. So they're
That's
definitely
true.
making a comeback.
I remember for a while they have the Kodak disposable ones. They had those for a while.
Oh yeah, we went to Wet and Wild, and I did see some people with those disposable ones, which I guess makes sense because you could just grab it like off of the corner store right before Wet and Wild sort of thing. But apparently, when it comes to photography, people like it because of the experience. So, like a lot of iPhone photography, even though it's cool and there's a lot of quality photos and quality lenses, I mean, it's really fast. You
Yeah.
take the picture and there you go.
And you have it instantly. You can upload it instantly to all of your
Exactly.
platforms.
And kind of loses that little like process of actual like camera work and I mean, I don't know anything about photos, so I'm just assuming.
I'm old enough to and lucky enough to have been able to experience what it's like to be in a dark room. And yeah, I that's where I learned photography. I learned black and white photography, and
Yeah.
it's a feeling that you can't describe, man. Just like you go out, you take pictures, and like you have something in your head, you see, and you take a picture, you make sure the lighting's right, you have the meter and everything, then you take it into the booth, and then it's complete darkness, right? So you have to just feel it. You get the film out and you put it onto the spool, and then you put the chemistry in, which is the chemicals,
Okay.
and then but you're completely dark, like you don't see anything. So then, if you don't do it right, you screw up your whole roll. Then you take it into the dark room and you put it in the enlarger, and you see the negative. You turn on the light, and then that feeling that when you drop your exposed paper into the water, and the picture that you took with your own eyes blooms. That's indescribable, man. It's
Yeah,
I could just
it's really cool. Yeah,
imagine.
It's
I
so
did that in
cool.
high school.
You
Yeah,
did
in high
that
school.
too?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
look
cool.
at you guys. Oh yeah, you guys are like about the same age, right?
You're what, 4 years younger than me?
Yeah, I think so. I'm 37, so.
God, I'm so old.
Oh, I mean, I go to dark rooms every single day. If I may, nights, every single nights. Turn off the light, and there I am making photography.
Are you one of those that has to have complete darkness, like in to sleep?
No, honestly, if I could sleep with like a nice little nightlight and not feel bad about destroying the environment and like killing Earth, I would. But that haunts me. There you go. But that haunts me way too much. So I do sleep in darkness, not by choice. It's more by feeling ashamed. My Matthew over here, he needs it, of course. If you want to speak about that.
Just complete darkness. Yeah. Well, I mean, I sleep during the day, so I sleep from like 7 in the morning to like 2 p.m. So I need darkness.
He has to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like darkness. Like my whole house is dark.
I hate it.
It's I'd rather do things at night or just like I said, my whole house is completely dark.
Yeah, he's all about the vibes, like the lights, everything in his house is smart. So, Alexa, turn the bedroom light to pink. Alexa, turn the bedroom light to purple. That's how he spends his whole day. And it looks great. It looks cool. But, like, yeah, Matthew really loves like either darkness or colored lights everywhere. And I'm just like opening up all the curtains. Yes. Yeah, because I feel like I feel a little bit depressed when it's dark. I need the light. But we make it work, right, babe?
I love darkness, so yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that did not sound like you're making it work.
I mean, the lights are automatic. They turn on whenever they want, and then they're automatically set to pink and purple and and whatever colors are dark.
I like the darkness only because I feel if you let a bunch of sunlight in, it's gonna make the house hot. Like in my opinion. But I don't mind light because I'm blind as hell. Like I'm blind, dude. Like I can't see anything, right? So then I'll be walking around and like trip over stuff. I'm like, oh, that's right, I left that there. You know what I mean? So that, but I like darkness, but I also like the light. So I feel both of you guys. I understand both of you.
Yeah. So is that because you're blind or because you're messy?
On what?
Is it because you're blind or because you're messy that you trip over things?
He forgets
Both
things.
for sure. Both.
All of the above.
There's a reason nobody goes to my house. if anything's messy back here, like, over there, it's a disaster.
Well, the thing about like a little studio, like if it's messy, it just looks artistic, and that's cool. You know, you make it work, you're good.
Because we're artists back here. We're artists.
Exactly.
That's funny, man. What about you, Matt? What are you
Yeah.
feeling?
Yeah, I guess, talking about the subject of fathers, yeah, so I'll touch on that too. So first thing I'll say is like my dad was a very great supportive person financially. So if I ever needed anything, if I was a kid and I wanted the coolest, hottest toy or, the coolest clothes, he would, for the most part, always get them for me. But that's pretty much the only thing that he offered me. So I mean, like one of my earliest memories, I remember being in third grade, and he had another family. So my mom had to go do. My mom's a very sweet person. She'll do everything for you. You know, she
She
cooks.
is
Yeah,
amazing. I
she
love her.
cooks food all the time. If I ask her, like right now, if I call her, hey mom, I forgot something in my house. Can you go and feed my dogs? Like, okay, I'll be right there. Whatever it is, she jumps on a whim for everybody, and she's always taking care of us. She's an amazing person. But yeah, so she had to have the talk with me when I was in third grade. That my dad had another family. So of course I'm a kid. I don't really understand what that is. So my dad had left and left me, my brother, and my sister with my mom. For a few years, and he would come back. I don't remember the exact timeline. So I'm going to say like about fifth grade, and then he would leave again with the same family. And I remember one time, I was in sixth grade. This was my first concert. I was in Sync was coming into town, and my dad was like, "Hey, he's like, one of my friends, wants to take you to In Sync." And of course, I'm a little kid. I'm like, "All right, yeah, it's cool. Like, all right, let's go." So that's when I first met one of his other girlfriends, which was and I mean, when I look at it now, it's like that's very strange, very odd. Yes, I mean, it was my first concert, but looking back at it, it's like, well, who was this lady? Like, I never saw her again. Very random experience, but so it was things like that. And then yeah, same thing. He would leave again and go leave with this other family, and same thing like in eighth grade. My friends, you get bullied. Like, well, where's your dad? Huh? He has another mom. Like, as we're kids, growing up, bullies tend to, pick at things like that. And same thing like in high school. Like my sister would run away a lot because of my dad. He had he was a very angry person. So his nickname was Mr. Grumpy. So like that's what we know him as. We don't call him dad. We don't call him father. We don't call him by his name. His name is just Mr. Grumpy. That's what he's been our whole life. And yeah, my sister would run away for days or weeks on end. And I remember coming home in high school, and I'd get home I'd be home at 11. I'd get home like at 11:10, and he's one of those that you see like in the movie. He's sitting in the complete darkness, just there. Then he turns on the light, and he's just like, "Where have you been? You're 10 minutes late. Give me your phone and get out of the house." And just, yeah, very aggressive, yelling. It's like, oh man. So eventually, I did get kicked out of the house in high school, and I had to live with one of my high school friends for a few days before my mom calmed him down and he let me go back into the house. So it was very, very rough with him growing up. And same thing, like even like I said, in college, in and out all the time.
He kicked you out because you just got home late?
Yeah, we would have a curfew, and we'd get home late and kick us out.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
You'd figure like someone putting a curfew means like they want you to be in the house. Nope.
Oh yeah, we got. It's because we showed up late.
Yeah, counterintuitive.
We showed up late, so there had to be rules. If we don't get home on time or we don't abide to these rules, there's consequences to these rules.
Dummy.
One of them was not living in the house. If we don't like the rules, get out of the house. It's his house. It's his rules. That they always say.
It's more like power type of thing, right?
Yeah.
More so like I'm going to control you this way, and this is how you're going to respect my authority.
It's exactly that. Yeah, like he was always very, very, very angry like that. I said, like, and even towards my brother too. My brother, when he grew up, he was in a few gangs and stuff. Like I had the front bedroom of the house, and the room had a huge window. It was maybe about like 7x10, huge window. So my brother would get in trouble a lot, and these other gangs would come to the house and throw rocks into the house, kind of like drive-by shootings. It was very similar to that. It was left me very traumatic. So I wouldn't sleep in that room anymore. I'd sleep in the hallway. If there was someone taking a shower, I would sleep next to the shower door. I'd sleep next to like someone's bedroom door, or I'd sleep in my parents' room. But my dad didn't want me, I guess, in the bed, so I'd have to sleep like under the bed, or I'd sleep like they had a little chair like that's kind of like this size here. Like I'd sleep next to that one.
Under the bed, baby?
Yes, I mean because it made me feel safe, obviously.
I mean, it's good that he felt safe, but you should have felt safe somewhere nice.
Yeah, I mean, I looking it back now, I guess I could have slept on the bed, but
No, they wouldn't let you.
You could have not had rocks thrown into your window.
I mean, that was the biggest thing. Yeah, but
that's the thing.
Yeah,
and when you say thrown into your window, what do you mean? Like they break the window?
They would just throw. It happened at least 3 or 4 times that I remember, and just throw huge ass rocks into the window. So I was just terrified to sleep in that bed or that room, obviously. Yeah, so like it just kind of shows like his character. So like he would also kick my brother out. My brother went in and out of schools, like multiple schools, and he eventually graduated from one of like the detention schools here in El Paso. But reason why this guy's kind of very haunting to me is because not only was it like a very tough childhood, but even my like up to now, um I I went to college for computer science and philosophy, and when I was going to college, I worked up obviously at Best Buy, and I was playing my drums, and at a certain time, my music started to kind of take off. I was starting to get recognized. I was starting to get opportunities to move my musical career forward, which is what would have been what I wanted. I was like, oh, this is amazing. These are great opportunities. And I told my mom, and she was very excited. And my dad was like, well, that's not a real job. These aren't real, these guys don't have real jobs. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. So he had filled out, I guess, like my job application for me because he didn't want me doing my music. So I finished school, and then I went along with the process of him filling out my job application. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll go with it. I went along with it. Like I went to the interview, did this, did that. Eventually I got the job offer. So it's haunting because I mean, at that time, like I'm at my current career. I've been there for 14 years because he forced me to do, I guess, this career path that I didn't really want to do. It was like, I didn't see myself doing it. Like, so I look back at it. I'm like, well, what if I actually just ignored him and I did what I wanted, pursued my music, where would I have been right now? What would I have been doing? Like, I have absolutely no idea. But the last contact that I had with my dad was, the same thing. Like I said, he was always coming in and out. So the last time he came back into our life was like about 5 years ago. He moved back into my mom's house, and he had a talk with me and my sister. He pulled us out to some restaurant, and he was listen, I'm moving back in with your mother because my current family, well, they had a daughter. It's too loud in the house, and I need my peace. And well, your mother's clean, and your mother cooks food, so I'm just moving into the house so she can. I need a clean house, and I need food. I'm not interested in a relationship with you or your sister. Like, I'm just letting you know that I'm moving back in the house, and that's what's gonna happen. And me and my sister were like, that's fine with us. Well, I mean, you've been out of the picture for years. It's not like we're gonna be like, yeah, come on in, Mr. Grumpy, let's be best friends. So that was the last contact I had with him. It was about 5 years ago. But like people ask me like, well, how's your career? How did you start your career? And I'm like, well, that's a funny story because I didn't want to be in this career. Like I didn't choose it. Someone chose it for me. So that's kind of like a haunting experience for me. And that's why I really don't like to talk about work very much about it because it's linked to him. Yeah.
I have noticed that you don't like to talk about your work, and I figured it's because of your line of work, but
Yeah.
also like I mean I don't like to talk about my job either.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, man. I never knew that about you
Yeah.
because I remember when you were getting that job. I remember that time, and you took off, right? You went out of state to do
Yeah. Training was in Georgia. So I was gone for that 6 months.
I remember that, man. I remember that. That's wild. I never knew that. I thought it was just something you wanted to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I wanted to do it, I would have gone to college or school for it. But like I said, I went for completely different. I was playing my drums, and I mean, he followed that because it's like one of those like jobs that is stable, and he had it, he did it. He forced my older brother to do it.
Oh, I see now. Okay,
So it's like, so that's why.
In a sense, not defending your father whatsoever, but in a sense, I can understand how a father would want their kids to not struggle, right?
Yeah.
And be financially stable. But in another sense, I don't understand how they wouldn't want them to follow their dreams.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's like I never understood too. Like I was very passionate about like the music, and the same like with my sister. She had like her passions and her dreams, but like he would tell her like, "Well, that's not a real career. You need to do this. You need to do that." And if it didn't please him, then it just wasn't the right path. It had to be his path. Like just same with his house rules. If it's his house, it's his rules. It's he had to control our lives too for it.
And aside from passionate, I'm sure you were talented of it or with drumming as well. And it just sucks that he couldn't see that talent. I think it would have been best if he was aware of, it is a skill and you had that skill and he could have nurtured it, but instead he absolutely stepped on it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No idea.
Yeah,
I don't know his thought process.
Especially now, like 14 years ago. Or I mean, who knows what would have happened, right?
Yeah,
Like
who
in the
knows?
what ifs, the what ifs will keep us up at night. The what ifs will drive us crazy. So
That's
it's
what
best.
haunts me.
It's
I have
best.
no idea what if. This is the biggest what if for me. Like, like I said, I remember like one time I was coming back from Austin with my sister, and I got a phone call from someone that like, hey, listen, this person wants to drum with you, or they're asking you to drum for them. This is, here's how much they're gonna pay you. You're gonna be on this, do that. And I was like, are you interested? I was like, of course. Like, I put the phone on mute and yelling in the background, oh my god, like, is this really happening? I'm getting this opportunity. And my Ruby's like, oh my god, yes. Unmute. Yeah, I'm interested in this gig. You could sign me up. But like I said, I never got to do that because unfortunately I had to go with the other job opportunity that was presented, which was my dad making me do the other one. So I never got to do the phone call that I got. So I said it's one of the biggest, like, well, what if I went that route? What if? I have no idea. Haunts me.
Man, that's a hell of a haunt, man. That's a hell of a haunt. Because a lot of us, I mean, we all have dreams, right? We all have dreams. We all want to be able to pursue them, right? Some of our dreams are unattainable. You know what I mean? But it seems like yours was unattainable. Was attainable, I should say. Excuse me. It was attainable. But here's the thing: is that like you have the ability to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it was there for you. It wasn't like me trying to fucking get an NBA scholarship. like make it to the NBA. Like that's never gonna happen. Never was gonna happen. But it was, and so there's got to be a sense of satisfaction in that sense. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good, like, getting almost to that point, like where like my musical career almost got there, and I mean, it sucks 'cause, like, eventually I did have to take like 6 years hiatus because at that point I was just like, I don't really want to do this, drums anymore. People had to push me back into it. I'm glad that I'm doing it now again, and luckily I'm in a band now that I really actually enjoy. Like people had asked me to be in bands with them, I just didn't want to do it. I felt like it was opportunistic reasons and things like that. But this one, I'm happy to be in this band right now, and
Yeah, very nice.
I'm glad to be back in it. So it's not haunting me as much, but it's just like the what if,
There's one thing though, Matt. There's one very positive thing is that if you hadn't told me this, I never would have guessed it by your demeanor, the way you carry yourself. You're a very happy person from what I can observe. Right, you're not bitter about it. Like you're very. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's one virtue that you have. Because how many people, like, do you remember Danny's Music Box?
Yeah, of course.
Remember how bitter all those washed up musicians were? Like,
yeah.
They were bitter that they didn't make it as musicians. But like for you, like, you're very like happy and very, very easygoing and stuff, man.
Yeah,
that's wonderful, man.
I try to be. I mean, it's my hobby. So I mean, I am lucky to have financially stable, job. I'm happy with it. Was it something that I want to do? Like I said, no, but it gives me the things that it pays for the things that I want to do in life. It gives me a house, give me my dogs, vacations I want to take.
Vacations, traveling, yeah.
Traveling. I got to buy all the drum stuff I want to buy now,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's my story.
And to kind of like piggyback off of what you said, even though he doesn't like his job, he still does it really well. And he treats people with kindness, whereas like a lot of his coworkers, they treat people like shit. And so, heck, even from someone that doesn't want to be there, they still treat you very respectfully and like an actual human. Like, that's wonderful. That's amazing. That's Matthew turning things that, otherwise would be gloomy into like this really good thing,
That's very respectable, man. That's that. No, seriously, I'm being sincere right here, man. Like you have the opportunity to be a dick, and nobody can tell you anything, right? But you're not, and that says a lot, man. That speaks volumes of your character, man.
Kindness makes the world go round, and you don't know who's in front of you. You don't know whose mom's in front of you, whose brother's in front of you, who any of these people are.
Whose sisters
in front of you. Yeah, you have no idea who these people are. What kind of day they're having. They can have the worst day, and then they see you and have, kindness makes the world go round. So that's how I've always been. Like I said, my mom is very kind, and I try to take after her and be as kind as possible.
Do you guys want to finish off with some ghosties that you said?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Matthew has a couple good
Yeah,
ones.
I mean, I said I know we talked about this in that first podcast with the Bro Monroe. Yeah, like my mom's house, man. That place was. That's why also another reason why I hated the darkness, because when the darkness went out, the ghosts would show up. Like I said, like that hot spot was the my well eventually turned into my bedroom, but they built it. They built the whole back half of my mom's house, and when they were doing like digging, they found, like, remember there's a little tree. They found a lunchbox with some toys inside, and these toys are like from like 1930s, like old toys. I showed Deanna once at my mom's house. I was like, "Hey, look, babe, this story's real." Like, and my mom's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And my mom pulled out the toys because she has them as decorations in the house. So I was like, "You see, babe, like this is legit." So yeah, so they built the whole back house, wherever at my mom's house, and for some reason, like that bedroom in the back is just where that kid ghost haunts. It's like my sister lived there in that room for a while, and she would always see a little kid, talking to her. This is just her story, so it's just hearsay, I guess. She said the kid would talk to her, would run out in and out of her room, would turn on the music, turn off the lights. Eventually, I moved into that room, and yeah, man, I had those same experiences. Like the kid would run in and out of the room, and I remember like the most terrifying, I think, experience that I had was when I was sleeping, and I leaned over, and what I thought was my nephew talking to me wasn't. Well, he was like, "Wake up, Matthew, wake up!" And then I eventually woke up, and no one was there. So vividly, I remember seeing like the kid run out. I was like, "What the hell?" And I asked my nephew, I was like, "What were you doing in my room that night?" No, it wasn't him. He wasn't in the room. And I said, like, sometimes I had like my friends go to the house, and like they would play my drums because they were in the back part of the house, but not in the bedroom. And yeah, like one of my friends was playing my drums, and like he stopped and he's like, "What's your nephew doing in the room?" Hence the room's pitch black, the room's dark, no one is in there. He's like, "Yeah," he's like, "Oh, that's weird. Your nephew's like just hanging out in the room all. He's just looking at me, and it's dark in there." Like, "What? No one's in the room, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no one's in there." "Yeah, man, your nephew just walked into the room and he's hanging out in there." And yeah, we go in there and no one's in the room, no one. And I mean, like, even it kind of leaked off into like the hallway. Like I remember sometimes I'd be in my mom's room when she was there, and I'd watch TV in there because she had a bigger TV, and I would turn off the TV, and sometimes I would see like some figure just run down the hallway. I remember like one time, like I saw it as bright, like as light as day, like just take off from my mom's room and just walk down the hallway, and I saw it like walk, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like I turned on the lights, and I was like, "Oh my god, like was that? Did I really see that?" Because I saw that like it was a figure walked out. And yeah, same thing. Like my sister and some of my friends have seen people walking up and down that hallway too. So it wasn't just me. Like we've seen things walking up and down the hallway, that back room. That place it scares me. We've tried to play the Ouija board there, but no one ever wants to. we
I
asked.
got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
We play it, but no one wants to play with us. Like we've tried it and it doesn't work.
Yeah, when it's just two people, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Really? Because I heard that even one person they could.
It says,
work,
yeah,
yeah.
but we've tried it. Well,
We really did, like twice, I think. And we even tried to make it all like spooky, like go outside when it's dark and try it, but nope.
You guys did close it, right? You did close it. We did say goodbye. You have to say goodbye.
oh shit. Also, I'm getting possessed now.
Like, no, I think we said like, oh hey, like we'll be at Milo's later.
Yeah.
You wanna come hang with us?
I mean, they're more than welcome. They can hang out here, but I don't think they want to hang out with me.
Yeah, I always make that joke now. I'm just like, hey, at least I have a drinking buddy now. But no one ever wants to show up.
I'm into some weird shit.
Yeah.
Ghosts will be like, nah, nothing.
I'm out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're haunting me now. Like, oh. So then they
I
leave.
did not want to see that, Milo. What are you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, man, my mom's house was something else. Like it was for sure a hot spot with my friends, my family, my sister, my brother, everybody experienced.
I remember
there.
that story now with your nephew. That
Yeah, I told you that one, and I know I told you about like when like all the dolls fell off the wall. That one was terrifying too.
Can you remind me?
Man, yeah. So like, my sister and her boyfriend were in the room, and I was trying to bug them. I'm a little kid, so I'm just like, hey, let me in the room. No, get out of here. So eventually, finally, like I get into the room, and everybody just happened to. We heard like I guess I don't know if it was a click or something, and we just all happened to look at the wall, and one by one, just the dolls were just falling. That was just like wild. And then we've even heard, I hope not. No, I guess vocalized ghosts. So I don't know how to put it. Like where they call our names.
Oh,
Were they-
you hear your name?
Summon.
Yeah, like where they call us.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Oh,
where
yeah.
like I've heard my name and my sister's name. I think I talked about this one last time when we were there. Same thing like bright is like we hear it like from like the other side of the house. Just someone say, I forgot if it was my name or Ruby's name. I think it was Ruby, and then they're just like Ruby. Oh fuck, what the hell was it? Who's here? No one's here in the house. And yeah, we'd walk to this side of the house and Ruby, what the hell? Who's calling you? And like we'd walk around outside, look inside, and to this day we have absolutely no idea who it was. Like if it was a ghost or if it was a person, but we heard like my sister's name. Like, that was something else too.
It's creepy, man. It's so creepy.
There's a lot of things there.
I mean, his mom still lives in the same house. Like, so you go there almost every day, right?
Yeah, like every other day.
When's the last time you saw something?
Nothing. Yeah, it's been quiet.
Yeah.
I tell my mom like when like what's up? Like no, my nephew's like live in that room. Like, Abraham, you haven't seen anything in this room? He's like, nah, nothing's here.
You miss the ghost now.
I think it's just gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing like at all. It's been a long time.
That's wild. You moved out with like 10 years ago?
No, 13 years ago.
13 years
13
ago?
years ago. Yeah.
Maybe it was like, I'm not gonna bother Matt. He's like, he's not gonna be here anymore. I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, it's like I say, yeah, my mom doesn't believe in that stuff. So, and I don't think my brother really believes in it much. So it's like, I think he just got bored. And he's like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go bother someone else.
He goes next door.
Yeah.
Next door is tormenting the person
Yeah.
next door.
Yeah, but no, it's been forever since I've seen anything like. And that's why I want to try to play the Ouija board there to try to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of lame, but we did buy it from Barnes and Noble.
Yeah,
which is the dorkiest thing ever.
Hey, but it's a wooden one.
It's a spirit board.
It's a wooden one. You could just draw it on a piece of paper.
dude.
Yeah,
That's
a cardboard. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
why the heck did we have to buy one then?
Yeah, because I remember one time my sister drew one on a
Could've
piece of
saved money,
cardboard,
Matthew.
and it worked at my grandma's house. And I remember like she said something grabbed her, and I remember we all ran. And of the places that we all ran to, we ran to the cemetery. So my grandma lived right next to the cemetery.
This is like the scary movies where like the people do the stupidest thing.
Yeah,
That's
we ran
exactly
we
what
ran to the
happened.
cemetery.
Get out of here. Let's go to the cemetery, guys.
I remember, yeah, this is funny. So I remember because like, we're all there and we're all like out of breath, and we stopped by some statues. And I remember me and my cousin, we were there, and like, oh man, like that was crazy. And there was this Virgin Mary statue, and we looked at it, and we're like, oh, it's out of breath, catching our breath. And then we look at it again, and both of us had the same reaction where to us the face had changed, kind of like sunken, and both of us were like, ah! And then we run back to my grandma's house at that. So we're just a couple, a lot of kids just running to the cemetery, running back from the cemetery. That was terrifying though. I remember that. That scared the shit out of me.
What cemetery
Man.
was this?
It's the one right next to UMC.
Oh, okay. I know what you're
forgot
Evergreen?
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Evergreen. It's an extension of Concordia, I think.
Yeah, it's terrifying there. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I've never stepped foot in there, but it is creepy.
yeah, it's creepy.
There's some creepy. I've heard some creepy stories about that place.
Yeah, I want to go back and look for that statue.
Yeah, dude,
See if it does it
and
again.
it's not even gonna be the Virgin Mary. It's gonna be like just some random ass like it just changed for that.
Yeah. That was terrifying. Though.
That's pretty creepy, man.
You have
So
any
you would be down to do the
Yeah, let's do it.
Going
I'm
to
down.
work?
podcast Ouija board here?
Dude, even better, dude. Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's just turn it. It's not a Wu-Tang table anymore. It's gonna be a Ouija board too.
I can bring it over one day. I said we tried it once and it didn't work. We got bored.
I think with 3 people, there's a possibility for magic.
I think so. I'm telling you, man. Like the other realm is terrified of me. Like not because I'm scary, but just I'm so fucking weird, dude. Like I'm so weird, dude. Like you should hear my poor dogs what they go through, man. Like no, I don't like harm them or anything, obviously, but I'm just like I'm just like doing voices and like singing and yelling.
Oh, that's true. That's good stuff.
It's very I worry about my mental health. Cause I'll just like do like impressions, but there's nobody around. Like I'm by myself, and then I run around. Look, I'm ridiculous. Trust me. Like when I say I'm ridiculous, I'm ridiculous. I know. Like all of my exes are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like a lot, lady. Like a lot. It's your fault for falling in love with me.
Baby, do you have any ghost stories?
I don't. I've never been really a believer of it.
You gotta get her haunted. We gotta bring something, man.
Honey, bro.
I'm very skeptical too. Like whenever Matthew talks about that story with like the ghost boy, I'm like, oh, it was just your friends messing with you. Or if the ghost looked like your nephew, it was probably your nephew.
That's and I've had this conversation with a mutual friend, Richard and shit. It's very easy to I'm not saying you're dismissing it. And I totally get it because sometimes it is the most simplest explanation, right? But sometimes there's things that happen you just can't fucking explain, man. Like your nephew lived there, right? You know his habits, you
Yeah.
know his behaviors.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do what you thought he was doing.
He wouldn't come into my room, especially because my girlfriend at the time was sleeping with me. Like we're in high school. Like he's not gonna come in and
He's
be
not
like,
gonna
"Hey
do
man,
that.
wake up!" Like no, he's not gonna do that. And then the dolls is what's unexplained. Like the three of us saw that. My sister's boyfriend, me, and my sister, and like the dolls falling. We're just like one by one. Like, what? Like, how did that happen? I don't understand. Like, was there? It's not a gust of wind. Why didn't? There's no wind. Air conditioner was already on.
The only thing that I can think of that maybe would even kind of explain it is it was like a domino effect, right? One fell and they started knocking the ones over. But the way you
Yeah.
describe it, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like they all
Yeah.
fell on the, not like this. They
Yeah.
fell like that.
Yeah.
Wait, they fell forward?
Sideways.
Domino effect.
So domino effect,
Yeah.
maybe. First and foremost, why are there so many creepy ass dolls?
That's my sister's room, not me. So this is her room. Yeah, she was.
I got my stuffed animals over here, but those are animals, bro. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, no, this.
Animals are beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful
these
creatures.
weren't.
Animals are the best.
No, these weren't like physically hard dolls. These were stuffed animals.
God damn,
So it's
you have
hard.
to say that.
It's hard to fall. Yeah. So it's like little teddy bears, like those. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
exact.
like
So
every
imagine
single one
those
of
now
those.
falling off the table one by one. So it's exactly
Now that
like
you said
that.
it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
3, 2,
One.
I wish. Yeah, but so imagine that setup, and that's exactly what happened. Each stuffed
that's
animal.
a lot creepier. See, now the domino effect kind of.
Yeah, so yeah, they weren't
thrown out
physical
there.
dolls. They were, or I mean, they weren't physically hard dolls. They were soft, stuffed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
Yeah, I no idea why they
how to
fought
explain that.
earthquake. I don't know.
I have It's always good to have a witness too.
That was three of us.
Yeah, because I remember when I was a child, I was maybe in 5th grade, and I grew up in the Northeast, right? And so I was at a party down the street. Like it was a family party, but I was a little kid, and so we went there to go jump on the jumping balloon and shit like that. So my dad went to go get me because I was out so late. So it was literally a block away. So we're walking back. I want to say it was like late at night. It was maybe like 11:30 maybe. No cars, no fucking airplanes or nothing. And I'm looking up at the stars, and I suddenly see like only way I can describe it is like the material of like those Food King bags, like the brown ones,
Yeah.
like just kind of floating in the air. And but there was no wind or anything. It was in the middle of summer, and I told my dad, I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "I don't know what that is." And we kept looking at it, and it was kind of like an arch, like a bow, like a bow and arrow kind of shape, and it was floating above us. And then right at that moment when my dad was like, "I don't know what that is," it shot out a spark. We're like, "What the fuck was that?" And then we just kept watching it, and then it disappeared over the houses. And like, if I were to be by myself and tell that story, like, people would have been like, "How are you seeing shit?" But then my dad and I both remember it the exact same way. Like, it's creepy. This is my explanation, my logical explanation.
See?
It was maybe like some sort of balloon, like a weather balloon, satellite, something, and just out of sheer gargantuan coincidence, as it was passing there, a shooting star just passed above it. So what are the bigger odds for that to happen, or for it to be something unexplainable?
Well, I think they're equal odds, if I'm being honest. So that's why it's so hard. It's
Well,
like
I had a
it's
crazy
so hard.
experience, something like that
Like
too.
that too?
So, like when I was in middle school, I had a camcorder because I was always skating with my friends. So we're filming ourselves skating. We're just out, till nighttime. And we were heading, as we were already all heading back to my mom's house. And we stopped at one of the schools, and we see these 3 bright ass lights in the sky towards the east side. And they were changing colors, blue, green, purple, white, just like as bright as like the size probably of a golf ball, way out in the distance. I'm like, what the? I have no idea what that is. And we're just all looking. Well, why don't we record it? Oh shit, yeah. So by the time I get the camera, I start filming. 2 of them had already kind of got really bright and just disappeared. So I have 1 in my sights now. So I'm zooming in as much as I can with the camera, trying to focus as much as I can. And yeah, I'm able to capture. So I remember it's a disc-shaped object has 3 lights, and you can see that it is spinning at a kind of like a metronome, like very musical. It's coming around at the same time, and they are changing colors. blue, greens, purples. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, oh, so my buddy looks at the camera, like, oh, I have no idea what it is. And sure enough, it maybe lasts about like 45 seconds. And then eventually it gets super, super, super bright. And once it gets really bright, gone. That just disappears. And I had that when I remember I had it on video, and like, oh my God, we caught it. We run back to, we drive or skate back to my mom's house as fast as possible, put it into the TV, and we show my mom, show my sister, show my brother. We're like, what is that? And everybody's like, what is that? That's weird. So for the longest time, I remember taking it to my grandma's house, and I showed the entire family, like, look at this, guys, like, this is something crazy. And of course, all my cousins are like, oh man, that's definitely like what we think it is. And of course, some of the adults are like, nah, that's a plane. Blah, blah. I mean, I have no idea what it was, but it scared the shit out of me.
Do you still have that video?
Somewhere in my house.
Yeah?
It's somewhere there in my house.
Where in the sky was it?
It was towards the east side. So, I mean, it makes sense that it could possibly be an airplane because from Central to the east side is the airport.
And the military base.
And the military base. Could have been something like that, but just how crazy it looked, like the three lights spinning. There was already three objects, and then just it gets bright, and then just in the sky, it just goes away. So I don't know if the lights turned off and it landed. I have no idea, but I mean, it makes sense. Airports that way, military bases that way.
Because I've seen something with three lights as well.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm tripping out on the three lights. Except the three lights were kind of like disappearing.
Yeah,
it was like there was like a line like that. And when there was two on and one would be off, and then they turn off.
Oh, okay.
Turn off like that and like nonstop. But at the distance that I could see them from, they had to have been huge, man.
That's what we thought, because these were way out there. And I said, for it to be like the size of, like, from when I zoom in, and it's like this massive, like it's a huge object.
We went all the way to Trans Mountain to see them, and we could still see them vividly. They were huge lights. Yeah. It was crazy, but they're closer to the horizon than actually in the sky. Like the horizon was right here, and they're like probably like right here. I don't know. That was very, and I've never seen anything ever since then.
Something that was so also random. So like I was obviously, like I said, I was probably like in 7th grade. After I showed my family, like the very next day, a couple days after, I would get these horrible migraines. Like I never used to get headaches, but I would get these migraines. And horrible. Like they had to take me to the hospital like twice because my migraines were so terrible. And I remember one of my older cousins was like, well, that's kind of weird. He's like, and he showed me this movie called Communion. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's based off a true story. It's a pretty wild movie. Apparently this dude sees like aliens and he gets abducted or whatever. And then he starts having horrible migraines too. So when my cousin showed me this, I was like, "Oh God! Like it's true. It's aliens. Like, oh, they got me. They got me."
That's so creepy. Man.
Yeah.
Communion, you said?
Communion. It's a while. It's older. It's with Christopher Walken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Fire in the Sky?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a creepy. Like that abduction sequence is so fucking creepy, bro. It's creepy. That's what everybody remembers from that movie.
Yeah.
Right? But it's really creepy.
It's a crazy movie.
Man.
You don't have alien stories? Man, baby, you don't have ghosts? No aliens?
I do have a question for you. You have a twin brother.
Yeah. My twin brother, yeah. It's my younger brother.
I know you guys have those that I don't want to say weird. Weird is the wrong word. You have that abnormal twin connection, don't you?
We do have a connection.
Yeah.
I mentioned previously, like we're not very vocal. We do talk, but like I think we're more on the introverted side than the social side. But that's the thing, like we don't need to talk to really feel like we understand each other. Whenever this was mostly when we were at school, we would be in the same grade for the most part. So whenever he was going through something, whether it was, presenting something to the class or maybe someone was being a bit of a douche to him, I knew what he was thinking. At least I felt like I knew what he was thinking and feeling. And to this day, I feel like I really, really do understand him better than anyone. And he also kind of struggles like vocalizing how he feels. And I feel that it's probably because I got him used to not needing to. Because growing up, like he didn't have to tell me how he felt. I just knew. And so I guess he just got used to just having that luxury.
You do understand that's kind of intense, right? Like that's hardcore.
Well, I just assumed that any close siblings would
No,
go through
ma'am.
that.
No, ma'am. Like
Really?
no, ma'am.
Well,
That's the thing about twins, right? Is like I've spoken to other twins. Like if one of them is hurting, and they live in a different city, the other twin will feel the same pain. Like how can you explain that one?
yeah, I guess it is pretty crazy. I haven't had the experience of really like being super far away, distance wise with my brother. But I wondered like if we ever do get to that, if I would experience that. I don't really know.
Even like knowing like what he's thinking and feeling, that's I mean, it's one thing. Like I know my friends. Like I mean I have my sister, right? But like I know my friends. Like I like they're my brothers, right? I know how they are. I know I can read them, but I don't know exactly what they're feeling like the way
Okay.
you do with your brother. That's what I want to. That's what I wanted to get across. Is like
Yeah.
that's something that's unexplicable.
I mean, I do feel happy that that's a thing because it does feel like I was born with a friend right away. um, I know Matthew and you and your sister grew up pretty close. Would you say that you had that connection?
No, not like twins. Like the way that is. Nah,
No?
it's not at all.
Okay, I guess I wasn't aware of it. I mean, I've heard of it before, obviously, because everyone always asks me like, "Oh, do you guys have the twin power?"
The twin thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
the twin thing, and I'm always like, "Well, yes and no," and I think that's always a response that twins say, yes and no. But because we grew up and not knowing any other way, it just seems normal to us, and so I didn't grow up realizing that not everyone goes through that.
So we have revelations here on Haunted by.
Yeah.
But
no.
yeah, I'll make you a believer somehow, man. I'll make you a believer somehow.
Oh shit.
That's already the first step right there.
Some crazy stuff is gonna happen at the house now.
Well, your brother's gonna call you in a few minutes. Watch.
Oh, imagine. I have my phone on silent, so so whoops.
Oh man. I think we had a really good podcast, man. I think this was a great conversation. I
Yeah,
really
I
really
really enjoyed it.
Awesome, yeah.
I've noticed a pattern in each episode. They always pan out differently, man.
Yeah.
The format's always differently. It was always different. Excuse me. This one really was a conversation, between us. The other ones have been more of or one-sided and more of an interview. But this is the first one where it's a conversation. I really appreciate you guys. Man.
Nice.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
We
much.
appreciate you
Yeah, we
too.
got some deep emotions there.
Yeah, we got
and
emotions,
turned
we
it
got
into some
laughs.
funny stuff. Yeah, good
Fruitcake
stuff.
and me are super thankful to have.
Thank you very
to
much.
have invited over. Thank you.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on, man. Do you guys want to plug anything or talk about anything like that?
Yeah, so I'll do it for Matthew because he won't do it for himself. He's in.
You can edit this out, right?
He's in a great band, Funeral Joke. They started putting music on Spotify, so check it out. They're
Oh,
also
yeah.
on YouTube. Again, that's Funeral Joke.
I didn't even
He
know that.
is the drummer,
Hell yeah.
and a very talented one as well.
Thank you
Yes,
very
very
much.
talented drummer.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he really is.
Talented.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are too kind. Deanna's over here, an amazing artist. So she's getting back into painting. So I'm excited.
Yes,
Wonderful.
I was
Yes.
off of it for a bit, but now I'm back,
Cannot wait.
baby.
Can't
Wonderful.
wait.
What are your socials?
Can't wait. Yeah.
So it's my last name. Instagram is usually what I use for anything. My last name is kind of difficult. It's Diegues Enriquez. But aside from hobby stuff, I'm very passionate about my work. I do work in nonprofit, and it's all about tech education. So if anyone's interested in, kind of like skilling up, don't be afraid of tech. Also, don't think that it's not possible to learn it just because you think it's expensive. It is expensive, but there is resources, and for sure where I work, Tech Frontier, that's one of the resources. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much, guys, for
Thank
coming
you so
on.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I had a
thank
fun
you
time.
For friends, podcast friends, and friends in real life and everything. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
you having us a second time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
most
you.
definitely. was created, produced, and edited by me, El Bua Mudo, along with sound design by Iridescent Nebulae. Special thanks to Matt and Diana for coming out and speaking to us today. And also special thanks to Ace Party Rentals for sponsoring the episode. Good night, guys.